guys both want this situation to go to the same place. However, you both know that when you have to make a choice, it's like, well, I want this relationship to go to this place, or I want to hold on to this bond so, like, it means so much to me, or I'm so, like, it could be like I'm so attached to it that it's like that is the thing. Putting too much emphasis or holding it too tightly is the thing that is making it really hard to see it move out of the territory that it's currently in. And one of you could really be trying hard to go with the flow here and to not give themselves a hard time for doing that. And the other person is kind of, it's like they're wanting the same result here, but they're moving very differently. They're moving from a place of like, well, they want to salvage what they see is still there in the relationship. And so there's like, they haven't maybe gotten to this place of like, okay, I'm not in control of the outcome here completely or entirely, but I'm showing up and I'm putting care and emphasis on my next moves, but that's just because I care about myself and about this person, about this relationship. It's not because I'm putting that pressure on myself of like, if this doesn't go somewhere, it's because I made the wrong move. It's not a game of chess, right? It's not literally a game of chess. Like you guys, it's like once someone makes a certain move, if the game ends, it's not fully like that. But you guys are maybe operating like it. It's giving Tin Man a little bit. And that could be also why the past is being highlighted, because you guys were not Tin Man when you were operating this way. When you were operating from those places we talked about in part 2. This person right now is feeling a little bit like weak or like a coward for not being able to like to put their guard down, or to not be able to it's almost like it's the same type of feeling that comes from maybe you feeling like it feels emotionally like weak if you in the past didn't go for like the kind of like more clean cut sharp exit route and those specific the Ten of Swords. Like I feel like dealing with it in a way where it's like those situations in the past that I was talking about in part 1, the types of interactions where maybe you did kind of deal with them cutthroat. It's like those could have been interactions or situations where if you had dealt with them in a way that wasn't cutthroat or feeling like you needed to claim your justice like so intensely, then you could have maybe felt like, no, that puts me in a really vulnerable position, and that makes me feel like I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's kind of a similar lack of courage that this person has in being able to put their guard down here. And it's almost this energy of feeling like they're just never prepared for that. And because this person had this, King of Pentacles and reverse tendencies, this person maybe feels like they're not the person that they want to be yet, or they're not ready yet, or they're not, it's like they feel like they'll just never be there, or they'll never be that person that like they deem sort of worthy enough to be able to like let their guard down. It's interesting because it's like this person, they are, capable of doing this. They have done this, but I think it has to do with their relationship with you, how they see you, and they might not think that they're, it's just like they want to be more. They want to be the best. They want, if they're going to do this, they want it. They want to feel proud of it, but them choosing to hold off on that, 4 Swords in reverse, is potentially going to be something that they can't recover from. The Page of Cups in reverse. I think this person feels silly for something in the past. That it's like they feel silly for not being able to recover from something. Also, it seems like if you just made your move in this person, if they left you on red, or if they... Part of it is maybe that this person feels like they couldn't recover from what they chose not to do in the situation. So if this is a situation where you're telling yourself this person doesn't care, they do care. There is also something about you are getting to the other end of something that has been really hard for you to do and really hard for you to conquer in this way, or a choice, like a path that's been really hard to go down here. Like I talked about at the very beginning of part 1, that you're making your way through. And I do think that you'll see the results of that. Have trust on top here. It says, I trust that things will always turn out okay in the end. I trust that, I know it, and I confidently repeat it, even when I find it hard to believe. There is something that's going to be successful. There's some kind of something that you personally would deem a victory here. Let's see if there's anything else you need to know. I don't know maybe how this person is feeling, if that is reassuring to know. Denial. I acknowledge my fear and I replace it with insight of awareness, growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Acceptance. I think whatever you're doing here, it might be helpful to see it as an invitation for this person to kind of meet you, like where you are showing them that you are. And it also seems like with that 2 of Cups that I talked about in part 2, it's like that's being on the same page, growing together, being at the same place, seeing each other. And I think it's something where if this person, if they are not accepting the invitation to meet you kind of where you're at, change. It's like you can't force that. And this person also is not your enemy because they're not doing that. And that may have been something that I think was really hard to face in the past. I think that's also something that kind of kept you in this cycle with the World in reverse of maybe dealing with things in that Queen of Swords in reverse way. It's like it feels like betrayal, right? If this person's denying or accepting their own invitation to kind of like meet you where you're going here, it's not a personal betrayal, but it feels like that. It feels like, this trust card, right? Like you trusted the situation to be one where this person was on your side, this person was a team player, and you guys were on the same page here. But change also doesn't happen at the same rate. I also think that this person, they're not blind to your growth, right? You're not blind to theirs. But the rate that they continue to do this at, yeah, it's okay. Like if this person doesn't take this seriously, then you're taking that as your invitation to kind of retreat from the situation, and that's okay because there is some kind of lesson here.